let's start. You know what? Only because you mentioned it. Welcome, dude. Today, we're doing the first time, I call it The Law in Shorts, where we just talk about some shorts that are run by my lawyer, and, you folks could say, no, Joe Samo, your legal opinion is wrong, or we don't like that legal rule or something, And I'm joined by the newlyweds, Jeff and Mina. Look at that. Wow, I know. They're my favorite newlyweds are right here. Yep. Today's September 1, 2023. It's Tim Hardaway, basketball player's birthday. And I mention it because my friend Sponta, that's his favorite basketball player growing up. That was for you, Sponta. And my buddy Gabrielle's birthday, and he told me, do not mention my name under any circumstances.
Perfect.
So, here's his picture.
Mission accomplished.
And on this day in history, I love on this day in history stuff because I love history, especially World War II history. And World War II was started on September 1, 1939. The Blitzkrieg, Germany like rolling over. In football, the word blitz comes from Nazi Germany.
Why would they use that?
I know, right? Like it's a Nazi Germany term. The Blitzkrieg is like General Blitzkrieg. His idea was like, the lines were like this, like the defense lines. And instead of like the offense line matching right up and fighting him like evenly, his idea was just one big go in one place,
overwhelm the
enemy in that one little place and then spread it out and circle everyone. And
so like an invasion?
Yeah. But the invasion before, like World War I, it's like, they would have one line, right? And then the other line was here, and it would be like equal.
Oh, like
so
organized?
They would fight equally, yeah. Where this guy's like, no, just go one whoosh in and then circle around, So that was the Blitzkrieg, and now in football, blitz is like when they run after the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's a Nazi Germany term. Okay.
Fantastic. I love it when they name things after the Nazis.
Yeah. They say it all the time, What's it called? Yeah, and I love one of my favorite. I went from having just like irrelevant facts or like, I'm so good at irrelevant facts. That's like
I love that.
You too?
I love that.
And then over the years, I went to irrelevant like theories. Okay. I want to test this on you guys.
That sounds worse.
And I've never mentioned this to anybody. This is a Joe Samo theory.
Okay.
Adele, the singer, is crazy. Okay, ready? Look. She's rich. She's cute. She's a billionaire, right? And she's one of the best singers, correct? Am I right on everything so far?
Yes.
And all of her songs are about guys dumping her. Now, why are guys dumping someone who's hot, awesome singer, super wealthy? Why would they do that?
It's the crazy hot scale.
Right.
Yes. So she is crazy AF. What do you think?
I think the theory checks out. I think
Probably. Or like singing from her past, right? Because didn't she like do like a whole like transformation within the last couple of years? Like when she first came on the scene, she was like bigger and stuff, and then when she got famous, she like lost a lot of weight, so she's like a different person. So that she might be singing about her past or whatever she was going through, but I know she
we got the Adele stan here.
Yeah.
I'm not an Adele stan, but like
no, stand up for her. She's awesome. I love Adele. That's the thing.
She like went through a divorce and stuff, so I'm pretty sure they kind of sing at least a little bit about their lives, right?
So you're saying that she's not crazy. She was just getting dumped before she was hot, rich, and discovered as an awesome singer.
Either before or during. That might be like why she sings those songs. So who knows?
Yeah, she totally.
It depends how old the songs are.
Maybe Joe Samo's irrelevant theory is wrong.
Well, I mean, if it was like first album stuff, maybe she can get away with it. If it's one of her like later albums and she's still singing about it, then she's probably crazy.
Okay, yeah. Or she's singing like a month ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Artists get creations or inspirations from somewhere.
All right. So one of our goals in these the law in shorts is like over the years I made these short takes on legal things that happen, and I'm excited to see what people think, like these newlyweds. All right, so we're gonna watch this one first, okay? This is the that Barbie song. You guys like the Barbie movie. You like the Barbie movie, right?
I thought it was really fun.
I know. I haven't. Yeah. Okay.
Is this the song by Aqua?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the remix.
Yeah, but this is the original.
Okay.
All right. So
Yes, we were there for that.
All right. So ready.
Yeah.
Watch it. 1997, this hit song Barbie Girl came out by a band called Aqua. Fun parody kind of like of the Barbie lifestyle. Mattel sued the record label MCA that held the rights to that song, claiming that they can't use the trademark name and images of Barbie in the song and in the music video. The singers won, saying there was a free speech issue, that they weren't using the trademark to sell Barbie dolls, but they were using it as a parody, like making fun of the Barbie lifestyle, and it went to the
makes sense.
Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal. The music label won. Mattel tried even to take it to the United States Supreme Court, and the United States Supreme Court said no. Eventually, Mattel loved the song, and then they started using it for their own marketing purposes.
Oh, I gotta love marketers. So the whole idea with like trademarks and stuff is like you don't want to confuse the marketplace, right? Like you don't want someone to try to sell things with a similar name where they think they're buying a Barbie when they're actually buying like a Barbette or something, right? Like that's kind of like so if you're doing like something completely different industry, different, like it should be okay, right?
Right. And this one is they were, but what I don't get is the lawsuit took several years. I don't see. I have another Joe Samo conspiracy theory. The lawyers set up the law, right? Mm-hmm. And they intentionally, this is the Joe Samo conspiracy theory here, they intentionally made everything so complicated, like more than it needs to be, and so long, and then it requires so many judges and appellate judges and more appellate judges and new trials and everything. They just made everything so complex that the only people that could resolve things are lawyers. Yeah. Because a simple 1 minute, it's like, dude, they're not selling Barbies, they're not selling dolls, they're making either fun of or a parody of, like, because Barbie's like that, like she's hot, she's like sexy, she's perfect, so is Ken, and it's like such a great lifestyle, like imaginary. So they were making fun of it. It's like, I want to be a Barbie girl living in a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think that Mattel is and always been like very protective of Barbie's image. I think they're probably the most protective of her because, she's advertised like for kids and stuff. And like the song, like the lyrics are like very sexual. Yeah. Even though kids like when I was young, when this song was around or popular at the time, like we didn't know what we were singing about. There's just catchy little tunes, like whatever. But, to parents, it's kind of crazy. And I feel like, at least if I can remember when that song was like getting really popular, it was when Barbie had like the most controversies ever. And Mattel was just trying to like,
damage control.
Yeah, damage control and get their shit together. Because I feel like if you Google like Barbie's biggest controversies, it was like all in that time, like late 90s, early 2000s was like some of her like biggest controversies. So now Mattel's kind of like trademarked everything, like probably her name. I think they trademarked like the color pink and stuff and like the logo. So
pink.
all these they have their own Barbie pink. So like all the influencers and stuff right now, if they're using Barbie stuff and using Barbie pink or whatever and like using her name, like they're probably gonna get sued because Mattel is very like sue happy. So they're probably like in the next couple months they're probably gonna lock it down.
I'd love to see Mattel try to do like a defamation case on a fictional character. That sounds funny to me.
I did.
Like so rad. Is it the controversy was, I think back then, was it because Barbie was always blonde and Barbie was always skinny and Barbie was always, right? Like she had like the time glass, what is it? The hourglass figure, right? Yeah. And it was that some of the and she's really long and right? She was a Raiders fan.
In the early 2000s.
Never.
I feel like that was definitely her biggest critique, especially when you look at like how like feminism and stuff back then was very like, in my opinion, very strict. And they were critiquing and picking her apart like the most. I think the most picked over woman in America is probably Barbie,
Wow.
The most critiqued woman in America is probably Barbie.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Where would Hillary Clinton maybe like, just 1 second? Like they
probably.
Butter emails.
I think it's Barbie.
So here's a question. How can we make money on Barbie. It would have to be to do it legally. So illegal would be let's just print dolls or 3D print dolls and call them Barbie. That would be illegal. Or Barbette, right? You know. But if we called it, or if we made a parody, like a a joke about it, like Saturday Night Live does. And they've gotten sued all the time, but they win because it's like they're making fun of the president or they're making fun of a senator, you know? So what can we do? What can we do? Come on, let's...
We're looking for $1 million idea here.
Yes. Other than the Barbie pornography show that Mina has been talking about for years.
That's a secret. Now someone will steal it.
I know, Mina, don't just cut. But it would be legal.
Yeah.
The Barbie porn. There was, remember when Sarah Palin ran for president? They had parody pornography. It was called Nailin' Palin.
That's terrible.
It is. I only know about it because Mateo was watching it one time and I walked by. I'm like, what are you watching? And Mateo said, I'm watching Nailin' Palin. I go, dude, come on, Mateo. Come on, dude. But yeah.
It's kind of funny. They even made like parody doll lines at the time to mimic and make fun of Barbie. Like Bratz is like, mimicking and kind of making fun of Barbie. And that's why Barbie sued them and they got shut down for like a decade.
Yeah, because that one,
interesting.
That one is, okay, it's a parody, but they're selling the same thing.
Yeah.
There's also like Starbucks. There's these, like this one, it was called like Starbucks. So they opened up a coffee shop called Starbucks or something like that. Yeah. But they're kind of crossing the line because they're also selling coffee. So that one could create confusion.
Right.
You know? But if you like your idea of doing the Barbie pornography, that one would not be confused.
Wait a minute now. How is that my idea?
This is just between us. It's totally cool. It's like, hey, don't be ashamed. All right, next one. Ready? This is the... This Spanish soccer president, hang on, all right, I'll just... Is this sexual assault? If this happened in the United States, I think he would be guilty of criminal sexual assault. He kisses her on the mouth, which is usually a red flag, and he holds her head in place to do it, which is about 10,000 more red flags. She didn't consent to it. It was a total surprise. They're not dating. He doesn't do that to everybody. I don't know exactly what the customs are in Spain, but if that did happen in the United States, I think the prosecutor can get a sexual assault out of this. I did an episode on The Sopranos where Tony Soprano did something similar, and I also concluded it was a sexual assault. Don't kiss anyone on the mouth unless you're dating or married, and definitely don't hold somebody's head in place to kiss them. And it won't help his cause that earlier that evening he did this.
What?
Yep. Definitely doesn't help his case, does it?
Man, anyone here to defend this dude? No.
Is he getting sued right now?
Well, what happened, this is in Spain, and he's like the head of the Spanish like soccer federation or all of FIFA. It's one or the other. I don't follow him, for obvious reasons. No, but no, he got like suspended and likely it will get fired.
Wow.
It was pretty bad. I thought it was
so weird.
For me, it's like, what, I don't know the relationship, like if they had a long-standing relationship, they knew each other, they were friends, and he was just really happy for her.
So they had just won the World Cup.
Yeah, I was like, they looked like they were celebrating, but she didn't like hug him, or it didn't look passionate. Like the second one, it looked one-sidedly passionate.
Yeah.
I think the girl was like shocked. I couldn't even tell that was a girl just because it was like covering her head. But I was like, it looked like... I don't know, like they were celebrating, but in the cultures, right? Don't they like kiss each other on the cheek?
They don't.
Did he forget that?
Yeah.
Like, what was going on?
No.
There?
Well, put it this way. What my point, if I was the prosecutor, I'd say, well, when he sees his guy buddies, right? He does not kiss them that way, even after they won the,
right.
And if you were his defense attorney,
I would say that
he does make out with his friend, his guy friends.
Yeah, I would say, I would have to say
that. Kisses the homies goodnight.
You know what? The part of the okay. You know how when I had the thing with him grabbing his genitals earlier that evening. See that one in law, like let's say he's being prosecuted for the sexual assault. There's a question about whether or not the jury can see evidence of him grabbing his genitals earlier in the night, because if it's not relevant to what he did to her, and if the judge thinks that it would kind of like prejudice the jury or something, the judge could rule that is inadmissible evidence. You know, so that is kind of what us lawyers do. We argue for years over something like that. And if let's say the judge says, no, that's admissible evidence, and then he's found guilty of sexual assault, that would be a great appeal issue.
It's like they shouldn't have shown that to the jury.
They shouldn't have shown that. In fact, that's like in a lot of cases when there's an appeal, it's something like that. And the flip side is if the judge rules that is not admissible, and then the defense attorney wins, then the prosecutor will file an appeal. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and the case will take years.
Were those two clips the same guy?
Yes. Yeah, same guy, I believe the same night. Yeah, everything.
Wow.
So,
the same night.
yeah.
Oh my, it is not looking good for this man.
Oh, so-
I thought he was just being silly, you know?
Oh,
God.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So,
Oh gosh.
No, I had a case. It was it was the guy's mom was my client, and then she called me, and her son was in a criminal. He was an Uber driver, and he did something similar with the passenger. Like after he took her home, he like walked out, and he said later, oh yeah, because it was like dark and I was like walking her home. Well, he doesn't walk Joe Samo home. You Uber drivers don't usually do that, but he got out, she got out, and then he kissed her on the cheek, right? And like she like ran off or something.
Oh hell no.
Right, I know.
Oh hell no.
Mia saying hell no.
Oh
He
hell
was
no.
prosecuted for sexual assault.
As he should, because I mean, walking to the door. If you don't know this person and you're
Consent
walking
matters.
and you're walking her to the door, I mean, that's like a nice gesture, but it's very odd in these times right now. It's like, I don't know you. You better stay your ass in that car.
Right.
And like, at least like wait to see if I got in or something. That would be polite maybe, or creepy. I don't know how you,
right.
I mean, in my days, like it's polite to wait for your friends to see if
get
they,
in the house,
yeah,
right?
but
I
if she,
still do that.
But if she,
I'm an adult. No
Hey,
friends.
I do. When he leaves the office, I make sure he gets in his car safely.
Thank
I
you.
got your back. I make sure
Thanks,
he
Samo.
gets
but
there
you guys
safely.
know each other. If it was some random stranger, I'd be like, oh, what the hell? Like, child, let me roll up my window. Like, let me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys did not know each other prior, like, please go home, get out. Like, what is he gonna do if she got locked out? What are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah, I think it's safe, no pun intended, to say that his he wasn't, he wouldn't walk me home. You know what I'm saying?
oh my god,
He didn't offer to carry my books, that's for sure.
Well, I think like if it was like one of those, it was like a kind of a dangerous neighborhood, and he was like, but as soon as he kisses her, I think that throws everything out, because even if he would walk you or watch while you go to the door, he's probably not kissing you after. So
Why would he? What?
but, yeah,
Let me not say what I would
I
do
think
if someone
gives
did
it
that
some
to
context. You know,
Okay.
like the kissing probably like it's like it's flirting with the line. The kissing is obviously
Is it where it crosses the line?
it
right?
shoots it past the line by a mile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's on the mouth or on the cheek. It's like, why are you touching
Like,
me?
how about just
What the hell?
Just don't
do it.
touch your
Yeah,
your
good,
dry.
hey, this is good legal advice for you folks.
Just don't
out
touch
there.
people.
Actually,
yeah.
so terrifying.
Okay, all right. The next one.
I was like, what is
World
that?
Chess Federation, FIDE, recently announced that transgender women cannot compete in women events. In the event that the gender was changed from a male to a female, the player has no right to participate in official FIDE events for women. Here's some good news for them. No restrictions to play in the open section. In the United States, private companies are allowed to discriminate for gender purposes as long as there's a good reason. Like the WNBA, if they disallow transgender women, that would probably be okay because there's, potentially a physical advantage to somebody who was a guy. For chess, however, there's no competitive advantage in the gender change. I love playing chess, and I do not know why they had to come up with this rule, unless it's the Tony Soprano concern about letting these things go.
I agree with that senatorium. Says if we let this stuff go too far, pretty sure we'll be dogs.
Jeez.
I also love The Sopranos.
So
I throw in Soprano stuff in the law in shorts.
It's a good
every
reference,
time
I get it.
Yeah, great reference.
I can't.
Men's chess tournaments, women's chess tournaments. What do you think?
Is there like
That's strange because it's not anything like physical. You know what I mean? Like, are they trying to say something about women and men like in their minds? Like, what are you trying to say?
are there like is there any evidence that like do men like have better chess? Like, what's the rating?
Why
What's
would
the
you assume that?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Well, it seems like that's what the
There's
tournament.
like, what's the rating called in chess? It's your.
Yeah, I think it's the FIDE rating. Like these guys.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But okay, in another Joe Samo theory is that I think boys are better in chess only because they play it
They
more.
play it more.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can believe
Do you see
that.
what I'm saying? Like if it was like it's like a not a cultural thing, but they just like they just happen to play more. So boys were better on average only because they played it more. I think if it was something where boys and girls like played it just as
equally.
much, I think it would be
Like I know there's women grandmasters. I know that like I've seen YouTube videos of like women grandmasters like just destroying
Don't they have a show
people.
about that?
Probably.
Like a famous show?
When they do the open tournaments,
Gambit or something. Yeah.
when they do the opens where like everyone's allowed.
Yes.
Do men just dominate it?
I think they do, but again, it's not because of some, it's because boys just on average like playing chess more. Like I remember in grammar school, like most of the boys we played chess and none of the girls did. None, zero.
Yeah, I
Do
don't
you
play
see-
chess.
See, yeah.
And I did play chess.
Yeah, see, and I love playing chess. See, so it's just, I think, so, but see, the chess, the defense, no pun intended, the chess tournament defense, they say, well, we're trying to get girls more interested in chess. So
That's
if we
kinda what I
have
was
their
thinking.
own group,
Yeah.
and knowing that chess has been more like historically popular with boys, we want to have separate groups
Maybe
for
it's more
boys and girls.
comfortable for women.
Or maybe it's more
to
be
comfortable.
together.
Yeah,
be
do
in
you
a
see
room.
what I'm saying? So
I could see, like kind of how they're doing the thing where like you're trying to get more women into STEM or something like that, where they have these programs for women to try to like get into science, technology, all that kind of stuff.
so what about some guy that changes to a girl and wants to get the STEM scholarship?
Right. Like,
That's a tongue twister.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't know. That's all sounds very complicated.
It's just weird. It
and
sounds-
probably like something that they'll have to have years of
Oh my God, there's gonna be a lot of lawyers fighting over this, right?
over it.
It's weird. It sounds a little transphobic. And just like,
Well,
what?
yeah. What's the
Like-
historical context for transgender
Right.
people in chess? Do they play it at a higher rate than?
That's just like, why does that matter?
Well, that's why I threw in the Sopranos reference, because I think there's that fear that it's like, look, we're letting this go too far.
Right.
And that's why the Sopranos, I love the Sopranos. I think it's great satire because he quoted, whatever that senator and stuff. And he said, well, and he was talking about just like the gay lifestyle. Well, if we allow that, then we're just going to be having sex with dogs. Like, whoa.
What?
Exactly.
That's
That's it. I think some people, right?
The
like,
leap.
The leap, right?
Why would you go there?
Dude, it's the same. Okay, I have friends. I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to upset Brad and Trevor, right?
Right.
And okay, so I think that anytime something like this with the trans comes up, you're like, oh my God, oh, my daughter's gonna get raped in the locker room. It's like, dude, wait a minute. Let's think back. Like, why?
Didn't they say these things about like drugs when weed was becoming legal?
Oh, it's a gateway.
Like it's like it's a gateway to cocaine or something.
Gay
like
sex is a gateway sex.
Yes. Yeah. They did say that. I don't remember.
I made that one up, but
okay, I was like, whoa.
gay sex is a gateway sex. That's
Oh my
like, yeah.
God. Okay. The last one. Ready? This speaking of sex, another one of my favorite shows, and Mateo loves The Office, and I love The Office. All right. Hang on. Let me see. All right, let's do it.
Let's see. What do we got here?
They deserve the right to dress as they please. If Pam wants to show more cleavage, she should be able to. I encourage that.
In 3 years of law school, they never explained sexual harassment. And if you want to learn great examples of sexual harassment, you just need to watch one episode of The Office. It's called Women Appreciation.
Women will be sent home if they wear makeup or heels exceeding 1/4 inch.
He's back!
What the?
Okay.
For employment lawyers, this is like striking gold and then finding oil under the gold.
Females are not allowed to speak to strangers unless given written authorization by Dwight Schrute.
And managers, do not try this at work.
Attention, I am removing all bananas from the kitchen.
What? Oh.
The Office.
I missed that episode. I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that
Come on.
episode.
You didn't have it on
I've seen a decent amount of The Office, but I never saw that episode.
I love.
That's
Do you like The
pretty
Office?
good.
I
It's
don't
the
watch shows
best
like
show.
that.
No, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's so like the satire of like they
Office
just,
life.
Yeah, and they go over, like she said, a woman can't wear high heels and no makeup. Like these are things that over the years it has been an issue, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I had one case. The guy said something like, "Oh, my boss doesn't let me wear sandals, but the girls can wear open-toed shoes, but I can't." So he was kind of annoyed about it, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, let me change the subject. No, no, I'm just kidding. But it wasn't. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's going to be sooner than later, like an issue. Like let's say the girl, like in Office, like the girls, let's say wear a nice dress or something. But then what happens when a guy wears a nice dress? You know what I'm saying? Like things could get like, what if it's like a professional setting, like or a nice hotel or something, and then they have a guy that comes in as a dress, right?
Yeah.
Or in a dress.
Yeah.
It's like what if you told them no?
As a dress would be funnier, but
has a dress and
no, as a dress.
Oh, as a dress. Like
that'd be
dress as a dress.
that'd be funny.
Right, that would be crazy, right? And then it's on like in September, not on Halloween Day, right? So it's like, those issues definitely come up, right? There's going to be a lot
office is about to blow up.
Yeah.
HR. Oh my God! I know the HR. What would you do? What would they do? Like, let's say it was a professional bank,
They
right?
don't do anything.
And we got a guy that just one day just shows up and he's wearing women's clothing at the bank on Casual Friday.
I think that they would have to say absolutely nothing. I think HR would be like zip it.
They already do nothing, so
they do nothing. So I know, but then what if I don't know. I think HR. I think they can have a rule about what men can wear and what women can wear. And
what if you're neither?
Right. Then they're going to have a rule that says something about that.
It would be very interesting to see that happen in California, because out of all the states, in my opinion, we are the most casual. Like,
yes.
We're not like New York or whatever, or like in the East Coast where they actually wear like winter coats and stuff. Like, we are so casual. Like, you could wear flip-flops to work. Like, Jeff does that. And shorts.
Yes,
and,
I know
and
Jeff.
board shorts,
Jeff.
remember? Like,
I used to. I wear a lot of sandals and board shorts.
you
to
know,
the
we're
office,
so
for sure.
casual that it doesn't even matter until those things happen to you. You know, I mean, I definitely experienced that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, with the the open-toed shoes and for like versus sandals, like I think that even women, if they were like in a work setting, would not be able to wear like flip-flops, even though they're like allowed to wear open-toed shoes. Because I think there's other categories you can fit shoes into, whether like other than just open or closed-toed, right? Like, so like you'd be like, well, it's not that we're against open-toed shoes, it's that we're against flip-flops, or sandals. It has to be
okay, I know, but then some guy would wear like a professional-looking sandal, if there's such a thing, or you wear women's shoes.
Sandals.
I have nice sandals, so.
Do you? No way.
Yeah, they're like $100 or something.
No, they're like $60.
I don't know. I bought them one time.
No, they were $100. I remember when he spent $100 on them. I remember.
Yeah, me too. I bought them too one time. He let our dog chew them.
Let's. Yeah, it was really
yes.
Well, since these folks are newlyweds, I had a couple of marriage jokes. What are you gonna
Wonderful.
say? Can I say?
Let's go.
My favorite
Hit us with
marriage
them.
jokes. Okay. The secret to keeping the wife happy is such a good secret that no guy knows it.
Yep.
What do you think? Oh, how come Mina's not laughing?
she's like,
Because I'm waiting for you to say it. Like, what? Like, what is the
she's
secret?
like, tell me the secret.
Okay. So I've been married 17 years. 17?
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. So I am allowed to make fun of marriage jokes. Okay.
Do it.
So, what's it called? The best way in the first year of marriage to be happy, all you need is great sex and great food. After the first year, any sex or any food.
Oh my gosh, just crumbs. Just crumbs.
I can just feel the bar falling.
Yes. And then after 10 years, just any food.
Make them starve. Jeez. please.
Hey, I love doing this. I would love to hear your comments and takes on everything. Until next time, my good friends, thank you so much, newlyweds. And
Thank you.
Congratulations, and we'll be back.
Thanks for having us.